Good morning guys and welcome back to Damo Drives. Now around a month ago I drove a Porsche Cayman. I put out a post on social media and said I thought that was the best car for spirited back road driving. Got a few comments back and one of those was a message from a guy called Ed Little. Now Ed said I was wrong and he actually had the best car for back road driving. So I've come down to a B Road Hunting Club, which is a cars and coffee venue down in East Sussex that he part owns, and we're going to have a really good look around his F56 JCW Mini. It's not standard at all, so it's going to be a really interesting challenge. It's fresh in my mind what the Porsche was like, so what can this be like? But before we get going, please click on the subscribe button and notification bell so you're alerted when new videos like this come along. So let's start off with the look of the car. This is in Rebel Green, so that's a normal colour from Mini, but the yellow detailing wrap here has been designed by Ed and also a local company called Arkham Performance who do wrapping and tuning. So I really like that look. This gives it a bit more of an interesting shape. We've also got the B Road Hunting Club logo over on this side. Blacked out Mini badge. Now something which harks back to the original supercharged Mini was this scoop. Now on modern Minis, it's just blanked off. It's just a styling thing. But there's something that's happened underneath the bonnet that this is now carbon fibre and actually does something. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pop the bonnet open because there's been a number of changes under there. Some of them have been done by a company called Lohen. They are a specialist in mini tuning. I've driven a few cars by them and they are pretty epic. So let's have a look underneath. So we'll start off with that carbon fibre piece here. Now that allows air to be sucked in to the Eventuri intake. This is a piece of artwork and sounds wicked. It's all in carbon fibre, beautiful. Over the back as well, we've got a carbon fibre strut brace. Now, more power means more air, so we've got this bit, and also cooler air. So we've got an Airtec intercooler, which is a lot bigger, keeps the engine temperatures down. Lohan had also, as part of the remap, so it's now 300 brake, roughly, and around 500 Newton meters, which is a significant increase over standard. They fitted a Scorpion straight through exhaust. Now that thing was loud and Ed didn't really like that. So what he's done, he's replaced with an Akrapovich or Krapovich downpipe, and in the middle we've got a Scorpion Decat, and then we've got the Mini Pro exhaust system on here. That sounds epic. I've driven one car with that before, but you will hear that later on because it is, well, it's loud and leery. But overall under here, definitely some exciting changes that give this car a lot more power. The map on this I'm expecting to be brilliant because Lohan tunes generally are. So let's have a look around the side, because it's got rather special wheels with a bit of a story to them and very, very special suspension. These are BBS alloys and they've actually come off of I think it was an early 1990s RS6. Now Ed was telling me that the person he bought these from got them fully refurbed and was bringing them back and actually crashed and wrote his car off. They sat in a garage for quite some time, appeared on eBay, and he snapped them up straight away. So these things look absolutely beautiful. Now something else which I'm not sure you can tell from that distance, but the gap here between the wheel arch is very, very small. I can't even fit my finger underneath there. And that's because we have some KW Sport coilovers. Now these are the Ferrari of suspension. I think Ed said they're around £5,000 or so. And this is going to make the difference out on the road with the handling. I just want to get out and drive, but we need to have a look around the back as well because there's a few changes there. Now, most of this car is more aggressive, it's more angry, lower, but around the back, there's something that's changed which goes against that completely. It's the rear spoiler. Now, it did come with a JCW one, but Ed didn't like that and changed it for a Cooper S. But there are plans to rectify that because they're looking at fitting a GP3 spoiler on here. I think that would look epic. I love the styling of the GP3. It is so over the top, but I think would really suit the car. Exhaust wise as well, we've got something a bit different. I think I mentioned when we were looking under the engine that it did come with a full Scorpion exhaust, which has been changed, and we've got the Mini Pro exhaust on here with a very cool Bluetooth controller that transforms the sound of this car massively. And if you're a petrol head, it's almost like a choir singing. It sounds amazing, and a bit later on we'll hear that. Blacked out mini badge, and also we've got the Union flag tail lights. So there we go, this is on paper what this car is like. Let's go and take this out on the road. It's got a lot to live up to. The statement of being better than a Porsche Cayman, wow, they are big words. Let's hop in, we'll take this out. Ed, are you right? We'll find out soon. So we're out on the public roads to put Ed's bold claim of this Mini being better for the tight and twisties than a Porsche Cayman I drove a few weeks ago. Very bold claims, but this has all of the credentials on paper to be absolutely amazing. We have a tune from Lohen, we have coilovers, we've got a different exhaust, we've got a Decat. So in theory, this thing is going to be pretty epic, but we'll find some nice roads and we'll push on and see how big a grin factor this car is going to put on my face. I can already feel it's going to be amazing. I'm going to hold judgment until the end of the video, but I'm getting some nice little pops and cracks coming out the back already, and we're not even in its loudest party piece, which is to do with the exhaust on this. It's got something rather special which we'll touch on a bit later. But before we get going out onto some more interesting roads than these, quick look around the cabin. So the biggest difference and the biggest mod that I think they've put into this is the Coilovers short shifter. I've never used one of these before, and the ratios are so close to each other. It's taken me a little while to get used to it. There's like millimeters of throw between each gear, but it clicks in. It is lovely. It's really nice. I'm struggling, to be honest, to find reverse at the moment. Maybe later on, but I'm going to worry about going forwards and not backwards. Lovely Alcantara steering wheel. We've got touches of carbon fibre around here. The lovely Recaro JCW seats. And just in general in here, it's a very, very nice place to be. It's typically Mini. It hasn't lost any of that. It's just a Mini turned up to 12. So let's... Oh! It's the first time. Oh, wow. Yeah, that tune from Lohan has done something quite special to this car. So we've got around 300 brake and 500 Newton meters of torque, all going through the front wheels. So I'm not sure at the moment if you can pick up on, there's some slight chirps and whistles coming out of the front. We've got a Venturi air intake, which looks awesome, as we saw earlier on under the bonnet. I absolutely love the stuff they do. So we've got a proper air intake there, loads more cooling, because it's really important. Now, I've done some stuff with Lohan before, a couple of Minis I've driven, and they do an incredible job. I've driven, it was a Clubman, which had around 300 brake, with another company had mapped it, and it was a very spiky map, very uncomfortable to drive. Took it to Lohan and it transformed the car. Lohan to me are one of the best Mini tuners in the country. They are phenomenal, and I can already feel, even after driving this for a very short period of time, on normal roads at normal speed, this thing's going to be very special. But we'll find out. I know there's some nicer country roads up here, because this car doesn't want to be sitting in very boring traffic doing 35 miles an hour. And I don't think it makes a very interesting video as well. So we're going to head off and go and find these lovely country roads, because I know there certainly are quite a few around here, and that's where this car should come into its own. As you push on, the loud pops on the back, you get more whooshes from the air intake at the front. Oh, lovely. This short shifter is amazing. I've never driven a car with one, but it is so close from the steering wheel to the gear stick. It's sort of 6 inches, so you can grab a gear, grab hold of the steering wheel and back again, and you're off down the road like a bit of a rocket ship. Pottering along at sensible speeds, this car is still very comfortable. It might have those firmer coilovers, but I think the car's just been set up really well. That it's not crashy, it's not too firm. In fact, it's just about right. Now, Ed, who owns the car, he brought the car along to the B Road Hunting Club this morning and had the back loaded up with sausage roll, buns, burgers, drinks and everything for the restaurant. So this is used as his daily car, so it's not extreme in the sense you can't really use it, and it's just for a track or really firm roads. It's just an everyday car that just happens to go like a bat out of hell. So enough of these sensible roads, time to go down some back roads where this car should really be at home. So we're going to push on. Yes, they are very narrow and tight. I need to be careful because you get a lot of pedestrians and horses along these sort of roads, but this is what this car was built for. This is where Ed is saying this is better than the Porsche. Oh, right. Oh, it's making all the right noises. That's just... Gee, grab a gear, grab a gear. Oh my word. So well set up. I love coilovers, especially these KW Sport one. They are really, really good. Down to a second. Oh, it makes all the right noises. That's almost got a bit of air off of that. We've got some big old bumps around here. Yep, yeah, that's bump. Oh my word. Oh, this has got a lovely amount of power. The map that's on here from Lohen, because of the amount of torque, we've gone from, I think, 320 standard, we're up to 500, means the pull on this is epic. Oh, I just like changing gear in this, so let's give it the... Oh my word. Oh, I love changing gear. Brakes are good. I don't think these are upgraded, but this isn't exactly a heavy car either. I think it's like 1205 kilos. Now, interestingly, the GP3, the new one that's obviously come out, well, saying that wasn't an old GP3, but the GP3 is actually heavier than this. It's like another 50 or 60 kilos. Oh, hang on. Oh. Yeah, the GP3 is heavier than this and has got about the same amount of power, but to me this is set up definitely better than the GP3. I may get some hate for that, but this oh wow. I'm not comparing it to the GP3, let's compare it to the Porsche, because that's really what we were discussing here. To me, the Porsche probably had a better driving position. You were slightly lower down in the car, this you're perched up a bit higher. But the handling on this and the power delivery, I think is definitely better. The way you can push into these bends, keep the speed up, and you don't have to keep changing down gears in order to get that power on. Although you want to. With this gearbox, you want to keep changing gear. The interior as well, I like the interior, but it admittedly is no Porsche. But can you compare necessarily the price point of a Porsche and a Mini? Probably not. It's about half the price. But, oh, let's get going again. Grab a gear, grab a gear. Oh my goodness me. I'm in love with this. This is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So let's keep going down some more country roads. So I want to talk about the noises coming from this car. We've got an Akrapovic or a Krapovic downpipe, a Scorpion Decat, and also the Pro Exhaust for Mini on here. Now that is a recipe for some very loud noises. It's already been popping and banging, but the party piece of this exhaust, if you didn't know, is we have a controller here. This thing. This controls the valve in the exhaust. So I think you double press it. In theory it should. There we go. It's now opened the valve, and this is turned from loud pop pop to really loud pop pop. So let's get past this cyclist and oh my god! that is what a button does. Oh wow. Oh, this is addictive. Right, let's calm it down for a minute. Deep breaths till we get out the other side of this sleepy little village, which is probably, well, luckily it's later on, so they would be wide awake if not, because it sounds like gunshots are coming out the back of the car. Ugh. I don't know what to say about this thing. I want it. Ed, I want your car. So we're just coming up to a 60. Let's drop it down into, let's go second, and fire! Oh my word! We've got pops, whooshes. Oh, this is epic. It is so dramatic, this car. Blimey. Grab a gear. Whoa. undulating roads, you are having to hold on tight. Sounds like a fairground ride. Hold on tight, riders, because oh my goodness me. Wow. Wow. I will just potter along and hold on. Oh. Wow. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. For pure driving pleasure and experience, this is definitely better than that Porsche Cayman. Without a shadow of a doubt. It doesn't feel quite as special in here, you know, the materials and things like that, but it is still a very, very well put together car. It does feel premium in here. The driving position, as I said, you're sitting slightly higher, but I could do with maybe dropping down a bit. But you've got to remember this is a Mini, so you've got some of the practicalities over having something like a Porsche Cayman with no back seats. That is ultimately a pure sports car with nothing other than driving. This was a sort of normal car, so you've still retained some of that practicality. But I would, difficult, would I have this over a Porsche? If it's down to, I think I would. I love the look of that Cayman, but this is something very, very special indeed. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video with this epic R56 Mini, and big thank you to Ed for chucking me the keys and saying go out and enjoy yourself. He is running his business today, so that's the B Road Hunting Club. So if you are just generally a petrol head and live in sort of the East Sussex area, like nice coffee and nice food, it is the perfect place to go to. So I'll put all their contact details down below. You can just turn up, have a look at nice cars, talk with like-minded people and eat food. I'm not sure if life gets much better than that, well, other than this car. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Oh, hang on. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have driving this thing. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Comments are always welcome, and remember to click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.